Welcome back, everyone. Well, it's summertime in Louisiana. We all know how hot it can get out there, and there are some safety tips you need to be keeping in mind, and also some warning signs to look out for, because heat stroke is a real thing, and it happens a lot here in Louisiana sometimes. So we have Brad Harris here with us this morning. He's going to walk us through some signs to be looking out for if you're around someone and you see them acting kind of funny. Some ways that you can keep an eye out for it just in case something bad happens. So good morning to you.
Hi, good morning.
Thanks for joining us today. So tell us a little bit about heat stroke and how you can catch it.
Okay, well, just basically being outside in the heat, working, exercising, doing yard work, anything that involves strenuous activity. There's 3 levels of a heat emergency, starting with heat cramps, which is your muscles cramping and contracting, and then it progresses to heat exhaustion, where you're just sweating profusely. You might become dizzy, weak, and that sort of thing. And then left untreated without hydration and cooling off, it progresses furthermore to heat stroke, which is a real emergency. You need to get medical treatment immediately for that. That's whenever a patient becomes unresponsive, they start having seizure activity or they start hallucinating. You really need to get them seen by a medical professional.
And these are things that you mentioned, they can happen to anyone if you're working outside, maybe exercising. So what are some things you can do to try and avoid this happening? You mentioned hydrating, cooling off. What are some tips for people out there that do have to work outside or might be exercising or working in the yard or what have you?
Definitely want to limit your activity as much as possible. Also drink plenty of fluids throughout the activity. They recommend about a cup of water every hour, and then staying hydrated for one, and then being cool. If you start noticing the signs and symptoms of heat exhaustion or heat stroke, you need to definitely get some shade and cool off as soon as possible. And also, too, if you have someone having heat stroke, you don't want to actually give them fluids by mouth. This could exacerbate the problem, cause more cramping and that sort of thing. And also, too, if they're unresponsive, you don't want to put anything in their mouth that they might choke on.
Right. So if it does escalate, someone starts to pass out, maybe the tip there is to just leave them alone, call 911, get an ambulance.
A cooler environment, and definitely call 911 for sure.
All right. And how often do y'all encounter this? I mean, you're out on the roads in the summer. Do y'all get a lot of calls when it comes to heat stroke? Multiple
times a day. Yesterday, as a matter of fact, I heard a couple of them go out. A lot of it's just people working outside in their yard, just doing yard work, and they not paying attention to the signs and symptoms. Another thing is people playing sports and that sort of thing. So it affects the geriatric and the younger population mostly. Yeah, and with summer here, I know you want to be outside and have fun, but make sure that you've got that water with you and you're being as careful as possible. You can never overhydrate, especially here in Louisiana. Well, we're going to have all these signs and tips for you on our website, BeOurProud.com. Of course, be sure to stay hydrated this summer if you are out there working or exercising. We want everyone to be safe in this heat. And we've got the good guys like you there to help us in case we're in trouble. We are going to be right back with your morning headlines after a quick break. Stay with us.